What's going on, guys? Thanks for stopping by and welcome for today's episode of the series Made It, Ate It. And today we are making the third, no, not because it's third place, but because it's equally good and it's the third of the best cutting dessert series on this channel. So we are making edible raw chocolate chip cookie dough. I know, guys, I know. I have been dreaming for this recipe. It's low calorie, well, not as low calorie and high volume like my other recipes, like the protein jelly and the protein fluff. In my opinion, much more tastier and delicious than the other ones. So you should try this one. We're gonna talk about the calories and the macros a bit later in the video, but before we start, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the bell that's next to my profile picture so you don't miss any of my videos. Once again, I just want to say that this is not my recipe. I have seen plenty of recipes on YouTube, but I didn't follow the ingredients and the quantities they say. You could say it's my twist on the cookie dough recipe. Relatively low calorie, really delicious, high in fiber, it's high in protein. You can add a lot more protein if you want to, and 0 to just a little bit of fat depending on you. So, without further ado, guys, I suggest let's start with this recipe and let's eat some cookie dough.
Counting double-digit thousands stacks.
Let's get straight to the recipe, guys, and I promise you, you will love this one. We need just a few things. Before start, keep in mind that I'm doubling the recipe because I want more food. So, this is for 2 servings of the cookie dough. We need oat flour. Here I have 60 grams. For 1 serving it's 30 grams. Or just like I did, you can blend oats in the blender and you have oat flour. 2 scoops of whey protein powder. I'm using the cookies and cream flavor from Myprotein. You can use any kind of whey protein powder. You can play around with the recipe. It's gonna change the flavor, but I'm pretty sure it works with any kind of whey protein powder, any flavor. So 55 grams, 2 scoops, 1 scoop is for 1 serving. Vanilla extract, liquid sweetener. The star of the show, white beans. Here I have 2 cans of white beans, so 480 grams of white beans. You can change those for chickpeas or any kind of beans, and chickpeas have a bit less carbs, I think, and a bit more protein, so try it. I've tried with chickpeas, but I don't like it, really. With the beans, on the other hand, it turns out amazing. So I'm using 2 cans of white beans. Just make sure to wash them thoroughly under running water to get rid of the icky juice. Even though it's just water, but Optional ingredient, I'm gonna use some shredded coconut. And for the toppings, I'm gonna use white chocolate flakes and dark chocolate chips. And for the people from Bulgaria, I found them in Kaufland. Their codes SC шоколадови капки и филиран бял шоколад, which you can find next to the gelatin puddings and stuff in Kaufland. So if you want to get some, we're gonna use like maybe 1 or 2 teaspoons, I don't know how much spoons. I'm gonna check my macros, but this is optional. Add whatever kind of topping you want. You can add sprinkles instead of chocolate chips. You can do what you want to do, guys. And if you want to make it a chocolate cookie dough with chocolate chips, just add cocoa powder, but I like the flavor as it is at the moment, so I'm gonna keep it like that. And one more thing, get yourself a big bowl. So let's get started. First thing we have to do is just with a hand blender to blend the beans, or with a food processor, anything you desire, guys. So that's what I'm gonna do. This was the hardest part of the recipe. Let's finish it. Dump this in the bowl. Add a little bit of sweetener. We don't need that much because of the protein powder. Mix well. Now basically add everything inside. Oat flour, protein powder, coconut, just a little bit, and some vanilla extract. And mix. Gonna add a bit of the dark chocolate chips and the white chocolate flakes. Guys, if you don't add anything. I promise you it tastes just as it is amazing. Or you don't mind giving a few of your calories for like 20 grams of chocolate, add chocolate, it's gonna make a ton of a difference. And that's it. This is the finished chocolate chip cookie dough. We're done. Now this goes in the fridge for as much as you want. Just leave it at least for 1 hour to chill and get even more thicker and tastier. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And there it is, guys, the finished cookie dough. It looks amazing, believe me, it tastes amazing. Macros will be on the screen. As you see, it's not that low calorie, but keep in mind it has a lot of fiber. It's low in fat, like almost no fat. Depends on you actually. If you add a bit more chocolate, it may have a bit more fat, and if you don't add any chocolate instead of this, another tip, you can add raisins, nuts, sprinkles, or nothing, and it's gonna taste still good. Yes, you can make real cookies with this, but you have to add egg whites and then bake them for 10 to 15 minutes in the oven. So if you try it, tell me how it is. I haven't tried it yet, but maybe I should. You can add cocoa powder and make it a chocolate cookie dough. I'm gonna do this soon. Yes, it's not a high volume, but believe me, it tastes amazing, it's worth it, it's gonna satisfy your sweet tooth. It's like the biggest help when cutting because it's really filling. Even though it's not a high volume, it's high in protein, complex carbs, really good carbs for you. No sugar, you can use Splenda, or maybe if you want you can add real sugar and peanut butter inside to make it taste. I don't like peanut butter, but if you want, do it. And a life hack for you guys: from this dough you can take pieces, shape them in little balls, and put them in the freezer. It's amazing. So we'll end up with 20 or maybe more, depending on how big you want them, of chocolate chip cookie dough bites. Enjoy. You're welcome. What's left is just to give you a little taste test. So good, guys, so good. Now, I'm gonna enjoy this. Hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to like, comment down below any questions if you have about the recipe, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this and my other ones. See you in my next one.